Hello everyone and welcome back to Bulldog Weekly. I'm Tyler.
And I'm Chris.
On this week's episode of Bulldog Weekly, we'll be getting a rundown of the remaining events for seniors, viewing an interview with representatives from DECA, watching a promotional video for Bulldog Weekly, and getting to see some highlights from the spring concert.
But before we get into all of that, here's Mr. Devoll with the week ahead and Bill Tilden with sports.
Hello everybody, welcome to the rundown. This is going to be a really good week at school. Today is May 15th, and this is the last week of classes for seniors. So, this is real. End of the year for our senior class. So we'll start on Monday, and during Bulldog Block, we're going to have senior locker cleanup. I'm not sure what we'll find when we clean those lockers out, but this is it. This is the real time. So senior locker cleanout is on Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday, we have grade 10 math MCAS. So our 10th graders are going to come to school and take usually about two blocks of testing, blocks 1 and 2. There'll be no Bulldog block on either of those days. Now we're into the 19th May, which is Thursday, and because our classes meet every other day, this is one of the last days of classes for seniors. So this is the last time that our seniors will see those teachers on the 19th. A couple of things happening. Our theater class is going to have a full rehearsal in the auditorium during the day, so that's exciting. They put on a show every year. And then Friday. So Friday's the 20th. It's the last day for seniors, and how we handle our last day for seniors, they go to their first 2 classes. After their first 2 classes, they head outside. They go out to the football field where they receive their yearbooks, which is a really nice moment for them. They spend some time together as a class signing yearbooks, and the Mattapoisett Police Brotherhood sponsors their lunch that day. So they'll be out of school around 10 o'clock, 10:10. They head outside to be with their classmates, sign yearbooks, and get a special lunch by the Mattapoisett Police Brotherhood. So really good stuff. This is senior week, and it's real. I'll see you later.
Great. Thank you very much, Mr. Devoll. Busy week in sports. It has been crazy windy all week. It's affected all our games, but we got everything in. Just wasn't quite the games we were hoping. Softball is finally turning things around. 2 wins this week. They knocked off one 12-7. On Monday, came right back and beat Diamond 9-8. That was a comeback win in the final inning to go up by 1. They're going to host New Bedford Vogue on Monday, May 16th. Baseball beat DY 5-3 and then lost a close one last night, 6-5 versus Carver. They're going to be headed out to New Bedford Vogue next Monday. So good luck to them. Girls lacrosse had an easier game yesterday, 18-6 over Seekonk. I think they're playing very well right now. Looking forward to what they're going to do. They're going to host Bourne Wednesday the 18th. And boys lacrosse, I believe it was 12-6 last night. Still trying to get a final on that score. But I know they had a win. They are going to be at Bourne on Wednesday of next week. Sailing went all the way up to Sandwich, got 1 match in, 1 race in, and then the wind just picked up too much, so they had to call it. They're going to head back out there next week. They're hosting Sturgis today. We're looking forward to big things from them. And what else do we have going on? Boys and girls both lost to Dartmouth this week. I don't think I've ever had a day where we both lost on the same day, but it was a great matchup on both sides. Both teams are better for it. Both are looking to bounce back versus Apponequet on May 17th. Unified Track was at their sectionals yesterday. They had some great performances. Now we have to wait and see. They're figuring out the seedings now to see who's moving on to all states. And the track teams have finished their regular season undefeated. We're taking a group of kids down to White Plains, New York for the Laux games this weekend, and they have their conference championships next Thursday. So best of luck to all our teams. We're winding down, just a few weeks left. Congratulations to all our seniors who only have a week of school left. That's it. Back to the Bulldog crew. Thanks for all you do.
Thanks for that informative update.
Up first this week, the senior class secretary will be going over the remaining events for seniors. We'll roll that now.
Hi, I'm Sabrina Cunningham. I'm the senior class's secretary on student council, and I'm here to talk about the senior events in the next couple of weeks. Let's get started. So next week on Friday, we are having our senior class picnic, and we're going to be signing each other's yearbooks and just celebrating our very last day of high school ever with pizza that is being donated by the Tri-Towns police stations. Next up is prom and promenade. Promenade obviously would be the first thing to come, so I'm just going to lay out my prom day for you guys so you can get a feel of like what maybe you want your prom day to look like. In the morning, I'm getting my hair done at like 11:30, and then I'm going to follow that up with getting ready with some of my friends. We're going to have photos taken, obviously, and then promenade starts at 4. We're going to have the whole thing set up. I'm going to walk with my lovely boyfriend, and then we're going to all go to prom, party it up from 6 to 10. Woo! I think it'll be a really amazing night. This is our prom ticket, actually. I just printed them today. This is what the front looks like. So, and some important things to know about prom is that, so promenade's from 4 to 5, and then we have about an hour to get there, and the first hour of prom itself from 6 to 7 is more of just like a take pictures, relax, have our signature mocktail, which is a sparkling strawberry lemonade drink, and yeah, it's just very relaxed for that first hour. And then after that is dinner, obviously, and dancing. And then you can leave at 9 if you're hoping to get home earlier. If you're like an underclassman, you have school the next day. Or you can just leave at 10 with everyone else and then have a great night after like deciding to do whatever you do. Somewhere around the time of prom and like awards night and everything, we're gonna have a senior sunset. We started our year off with senior sunrise, so we obviously want to end it off with a senior sunset. We're all just gonna hang out together, maybe go to Ned's, maybe watch a movie. We don't know yet. It'll be super fun though. I know Michaela's hoping for High School Musical 3 to watch because she thinks it's the best one.
High School Musical 2.
I think High School Musical 2 is the best one because it is the best one, but you know. Lies, not lies. And then after senior sunset, whenever that happens, is going to be senior awards night. That'll be super fun. It's when they announce where everyone's going to college, what they're doing, what their like proudest and favorite moments are at ORR, and yeah, they basically just fun night. They announce who got certain scholarships. It'll be super interesting. It'll be nice. Following senior awards night would be senior assembly, which is that Friday, yeah, the Friday before graduation, so the day before graduation, we go to school and they just celebrate us. We're gonna showcase the AP Art students' artwork from this year. We're gonna showcase, obviously, the amazing athletic achievements that have happened, a bunch of different stuff. The 4 officers from the student council will be giving speeches. They're very short, so don't worry, you don't have to listen to us talk that long. And okay. So on the same day as senior assembly, we have senior walkthrough, where we just all visit our elementary schools. It'll be so cool, so nice to go see our teachers and our old schools, look at how small the lockers are. And hopefully my favorite school choice friends, Tyler and Michaela, will decide to join me at Mattapoisett, even though they want to just like go home or something. That's so lame. And even though the comments are turned off, comment down below that you think that they should go to Mattapoisett with me. Like this video if you think that Michaela should come to Mattapoisett with me. And then on June 4th, we have graduation. It starts at 12, but we have to be there at 10:30 to obviously receive our gowns, show off our amazing decorative caps, and, you know, just have a really fun time. It'll be a super exciting day. Graduation's not too long. I think it's like an hour and a half to 2 hours. And yeah, it'll be so great. And then we'll be out of here and we'll have the most fun ever in college. I just wanted to thank you guys for having me here. It's probably going to be my last video with ORRHS CTV. I know that you guys are big fans of me. It's just, you know, yeah, so grateful for this opportunity that I've been given. Bye.
I can't believe it's almost over.
Up next is an interview with representatives from DECA. Let's see what they had to say.
My name is Eddie Garnett.
My name is David Atada.
I'm Colin Carroll.
And I'm Kinsley Trout.
DECA is an international 501c3 organization that is across the globe in many countries, and basically, in a nutshell, it is an organization that seeks to engage student leaders developing 21st century critical thinking skills within the business world. It teaches students how to become competitive leaders in an ever-changing society. That's the mission statement. But in reality, it's really just a fun organization that teaches students about business and gets kids together.
DECA actually stands for Distributive Educational Clubs of America.
But that has since been discontinued in 1996 when they underwent organizational changes.
Everyone has their own meaning of it. Some members only see it as a club in school where they get to like meet friends and go on some power trips and stuff. But there's a lot of opportunities within DECA to take it wherever you want to go.
One thing I noticed with DECA, especially ICDC, is you're able to network yourself further as a student leader and meet some great people across the nation, across the world that you thought you'd never meet before, and make really good connections with them.
So Eddie actually co-founded DECA at Old Rochester. That was our freshman year. We didn't become a chapter until our sophomore year. So I've been in DECA since, I'd say, freshman year. We started out in the library computer lab where we literally did a Kahoot. I remember the first time we walked in there, Eddie had a roll of toilet paper. And you took off how many pieces of toilet paper you used, I want to say. And then each piece you took off was something that you had to share about yourself. So that's really where we started. And then from there, as the years went on, it kind of just got bigger and bigger and meant more and more to us. And now we just got back from Georgia. So I honestly didn't think we'd ever be doing something that big from sitting in the computer lab playing Kahoot games. But yeah, so I've been in it since freshman year, and I was a club member freshman, sophomore year. I was vice president of finance my junior year, and then I'm co-president this year.
So David pretty much summed it up pretty well. Yes, I've been in Old Rochester DECA since its conception, back when Rue and I met with Mr. Devoll and the planning meetings with school committee and all that, so it's been a good process.
I've been involved since my freshman year, kind of starting up the club a little bit, being secretary for freshman and sophomore year, and then continued on the board for my junior and senior year.
Yeah, and I am a current junior, so I'm still going to be in the club next year, but I started in my freshman year. I saw the appeal at Club Hub. There's definitely a lot of motivation to get started behind the new club and talking about power trips and competition, and it really blossomed into something really cool.
It's a hard question. My favorite part is probably the fact that, like, at the end of the day, we're more than just like working together. I feel like we're like almost like family after coming back from Georgia. We've been able to connect in a lot of ways that I didn't think we would be able to before. At the beginning of freshman year, I was gonna make me sad. Freshman year, honestly, everyone was kind of just like weird to me. Like, I thought it was like a bunch of like weirdos like coming together to like, I don't know, just.
Dang.
I thought it was like, well, myself included, like, I didn't think I'd be sitting in a room with like people. I don't know. It was like, it was very different groups of people coming together, and like now it's like, I don't know. I didn't think I'd be so close with like so many of them. Like I said, we've connected in a lot of ways that I didn't think we would before. And we've been able to like learn about each other.
Like David said before, I think it's the relationships you make within DECA, like being on the board, working with different people you didn't think you'd work with, and then working with club members as well, and also like at competition too, like becoming friends with some state officers, other people from not just Massachusetts but now the entire country as we went to ICDC. We were able to see like different demographics of people too, and like where they come from. Definitely a good learning experience for all of us. And also, like I said before, like the networking is really nice in DECA, meeting like with different mentors, especially at ICDC. And yeah, it's just, the people you meet is quite amazing.
Yeah, I definitely agree with all of that, and I definitely have found that DECA's been an opportunity to meet people on your own. Like, you go to like team sports events and you're like kind of stuck with your team. You don't really get to collaborate on your own, learn someone personally. And with DECA, you can go to a competition, sit next to someone, and I sat next to people from different states and just learned so much about them and made personal connections that I feel our school doesn't offer in a lot of different clubs, and we've been really lucky to have that.
I think in addition to everything that everyone here has already said, one of my favorite parts of DECA is the competitive aspect, and it's just so much fun. The competitions are based on role plays, and you go in and you act like a CEO of a company or whatever the prompt tells you, and it's just so much fun to be in that real life scenario and acting. You know, you have to think on your feet, and it's just good fun, the role plays of the competition. I really enjoy it.
Like dressing up in business professional is really fun too. Like, you feel kind of important walking around a big conference center in a blazer and a nice blouse and some really cool business pants and stuff. So I absolutely would recommend it to others, especially people who consider themselves like emerging leaders, people who want to get out there more. And you don't even have to be, honestly, like you have to have some interest in business, but the prompts are just super fun just to do. Even if you aren't interested in the business world, they're more real life than anything that I feel like we learn in school, especially because we don't have business classes. It's a good way to open our eyes to that type of lifestyle and career path.
I definitely love recommending this club to others. It's always fun trying to explain what DECA is without trying to scare them off, because it can sound sometimes like you're doing an AP seminar presentation or something like that, and it can be a little scary, but really we're just trying to express the feel of the club and the opportunities that you gain from the club. Sometimes it can be stressful, but most of the time you're with friends, meeting new friends, and doing competitive things that you really couldn't do in other classes, and like expressing your own interests in school.
Relating back to what Kinsley said before, I feel like it's almost like, to recommend it to others, it's like, when you explain it to people, like Colin said, it's almost like scary to think that like, oh, you're gonna go sit in front of a random person and talk for 10 minutes. But when you're there, it all comes together, and like you just look around. Like this last time, I mean, Eddie was a top 20, right? Out of more than 17,000 kids. So it's like crazy to think that like all of these kids, I mean, all of these students across America and across the country are competing in not exactly what you're doing, but the same type of scenario that you're doing. So you almost feel like you're all doing the same thing almost. So it's like you're not alone, and I feel like you have other people to like rely on while you're there. And then just like the connection aspect of it, like I didn't think I'd be able to connect with somebody like so strongly in like 5 days that we were there. I mean, like I made friends that I still talk to now, and like we're planning meetups and stuff like that for the future. So I feel like it's a very good experience.
I would recommend joining this club because it prepares students for real life and gets them prepared for the real world. Before this academic program here at Old Rochester, we didn't have any business opportunities for students to get involved and enriched with. We were lacking something in order for them to learn about the business world. But then DECA provides opportunities that are oftentimes life-changing. We had a student last year that went into business in college because she was in DECA and learned about it. So it's great. A great program, life-changing. Him too, yes.
Changed my major just for this club.
Yes.
I was planning on majoring in environmental science, and I switched up after this year. I'll be majoring in business administration now. So.
Thank you, David.
Of course,
So it definitely gives people lots of great skills that they need in life, and that sometimes they don't offer at Old Rochester. Like you can't go. At least I don't think you can go and role play as a business professional in any class at Old Rochester. But here you can in DECA, and you get to learn and just see a whole new world.
That club is so fun.
Next up is a promotional video for the internship positions we have here at Bulldog Weekly. We'll see you after this.
So what even is Bulldog Weekly? Well, it's an internship program here at Old Rochester Regional High School that allows students the opportunity to enter the field of communications and filmmaking a bit early. Bulldog Weekly is a program run by ORRHS TV which provides cameras, computers, and most importantly, experience to students like me and maybe you. ORRHS TV has a wide selection of cameras ranging from JVCs to RC100 that immediately become accessible to you once you join the School to Career program. After a bit of training, you'll be able to work with every single one of them. Bulldog Weekly also gets you familiar with being on and behind the camera. We film a weekly news show with segments throughout that the interns all put together ourselves. As a part of the team, you would be afforded the same opportunities to advance those skill sets. One of the most unique skills you'll learn at ORRHS TV is an introduction to Premiere Pro. Premiere is used at the highest level of the filmmaking industry and is the industry standard across the board. Getting the jump on learning it here proves to be invaluable. From personal experience, this internship also proves an incredible creative outlet. You ultimately decide what segments you want to make. For example, I've put together multiple short films on top of an entire scavenger hunt. The possibilities are endless. But you don't just have to take my word for it. Here's some past Bulldog Weekly members talking about how the program has helped their careers and lives.
Hi everyone, my name is Rachel Pina. I went to Old Rochester and I worked for ORRHS TV for 2 years, my junior and senior year, and I absolutely loved it. I learned so much about how to work with the camera, in front of it, and behind it. I learned a lot about editing, which was definitely my favorite part, I think. I had a lot of fun with the editing. I ended up going to art school and pursuing illustration, but I still took a film class second semester of college, and I was already really prepared for it because I worked at ORRHS TV and I understood lighting and all these different techniques. It was a great job though. There's a lot of freedom to do whatever you want with the segments, and I don't know, I'm trying to think of things to say, but it was just a really great job. I had so much fun. I did get to make my own hours for the most part. I got to go to a lot of school events that I didn't always get to go to for time reasons. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and you should work there because it's great.
Hi, my name's Alyssa, and I was part of Bulldog Weekly all the way back in 2018. And, you know, the experience did really shape my life. When I was joining the program, at first I didn't even know it existed, and I had no intention of joining. I was just kind of looking at the studio because Mikaylee was really excited about it. And then, you know, I thought it was really cool being able to work with all the equipment, and there was a lot of creative freedom about what you can put in the show. And eventually I just kind of kept coming back, and then I was part of the crew, which really helped because at the time there was only 3 people. And, you know, the experience at ORRHS TV really helped me learn not only technical skills, like how to edit and all the camera equipment and just, you know, all of that, but it also teaches you kind of how to be more confident on camera, definitely. It taught me a lot of team skills because you're working in a group, and you may not like everyone, but, you know, I found a way to get along with everyone that was part of the Bulldog Weekly crew, and I think we made a pretty good season, definitely. But yeah, I think like the main thing for me and what I learned was just to be more confident, specifically on camera, and you might even do interviews. So interviewing people was definitely kind of nerve-wracking because I didn't know them. So that made me less shy in the end. But yeah, ORRHS TV was a really positive, you know, and fun experience. By the end of my senior year, you know, I had like 2 things in my mind. That was graduating and all of that stuff, but it was definitely like ORRHS TV too, because that was just, it was a really fun time and one of like the things that I looked forward to a lot during my senior year.
Hi, my name is Mariana Hebert, and I was an intern at ORRHS TV from my senior year, from 2018 to 2019 in high school and into my freshman year of college. Working at ORRHS TV was one of my first jobs and my favorite jobs so far. I think you learn a lot and have a lot of creative freedom at the TV station. You also learn a lot about how to develop your skills further in terms of like photography and directing and writing, and it gives you a good background to work with the team and communicate with other people in a team setting. And as somebody that's studying engineering right now, I know that teamwork is really important, and it's something that you carry with you into a lot of parts of your life, and I think that's what I appreciate most from my time at ORRHS TV, and I hope that future interns get that experience as well.
Can't wait to see who takes our spots next year.
Last up this week, we have some clips from the spring concert. Let's see how it went.
That was incredible, as always.
Teachers and students, if you have anything you want filmed or shown here at Bulldog Weekly, be sure to let us know at the ORRHS TV station.
Be sure to check out our Vimeo and social media pages for everything we film here at ORRHS TV. We film sports games, town meetings, school events, and so much more.
Well, that wraps up this episode of Bulldog Weekly. Until next time, I'm Tyler.
And I'm Chris.
And this has been Bulldog Weekly.